last night I'm sitting here watching CNN, listening to this lady who was in her 60s, retired, talking about how she's having to go back in the workforce and get a job because her Social Security isn't enough to take care of her monthly expenses. So she's having to dip into her savings in order to cover her bills, mortgage, utilities, etc. She said she was getting a little over $3,000 a month from Social Security. And she's having to go back to work. And I said to myself, man, to get to the point of retirement, thinking that you're going to be able to kick back and relax and just enjoy life after putting in so many years in the workforce, to find out that due to inflation, due to the increase in costs of goods and services, etc., you're just unable to afford to take care of those bills. How many of you guys out there in the trucking industry are thinking about retirement? Now, obviously, if you're a younger person in your 20s, you probably aren't thinking about retirement. Now, retirement can look different for everybody. Everybody may not, be looking to retire when they get in their 60s. Some people, I think, if you're younger, you want to retire earlier than that. Not saying that's going to happen, but I think a lot of people, particularly if you work in a W-2 job, if you can, I think a lot of people will want to speed up that process. But let's just say, you retire in your 60s. If you stay on the same trajectory that you're on right now, do you feel like you're going to be in a position financially to retire at that point? If the answer is no, and you're young, now is the time to figure out what you have to do in order to get yourself financially ready or in a position to be able to say, you know what, I think if I do this and I stay consistent with this particular plan, by the time I retire, I should be okay. We don't know what the future holds, right? We don't know what the inflation rate is going to be. We don't know what the economy is going to look like in the next 20, 30 years from now. But I say plan for the worst and hope for the best. So I know this is a trucking channel, but these are the type of topics that I like talking about on my channel, because I think it's important to bring awareness to these type of real world situations. And I know there are some people watching the channel that you may not be exposed to this type of information on other channels that you watch. And so for me, I look at it as an opportunity to at least bring it up and create some dialogue around this topic and really just have a discussion about retirement. Again, we talk about getting all these good jobs, but when you get these jobs, you really got to do proper planning financially. Take advantage of the retirement account, particularly if your company has a company match. You have to make that type of investment. And although you're in trucking, I still say, again, try to make as much money as you can. So that means maybe doing something outside of trucking, maybe getting a side hustle. Definitely you want to start investing and saving. Figure out different ways that you can generate income, extra income, in addition to whatever you got going on at your job. Because here's the thing, if you're not in a position financially to retire, then you're going to be working for a very long time. Eliminating debt is something else that you want to make sure you take care of to free up some extra cash. We talk about making more money. There are a lot of different ways to where you can make more money, and that's one of them. Being able to eliminate debt not having money going out to creditors and lenders, keeping more of your money, that's an instant raise that you're giving to yourself when you're able to do that. Another way is obviously getting raises, or maybe changing jobs and going to a job where you're getting paid more money. All of these sort of things can definitely help you increase your overall net worth and bring more money into the house. People say money isn't everything. What about the lack of money? What can that do for you? What type of stress can that cause when you don't have it? Not having money can be very problematic. So I would much rather have money than not have money. That's all I'm saying. And listen, you may not retire from trucking. You may do something totally different. A lot of people watching this video right now saying to themselves like, look, man, I don't plan on being in trucking that long to retire from it. So you're not talking to me. Cool, I get that. But if you're somebody who plans on being in trucking for the long term, you really got to look at your current situation and figure out where you are and where you're gonna be, what you need to do in order to make that happen. So that's the reality, guys. Everything is going up. The wages aren't necessarily staying on pace with inflation and everything else. So it's really making it difficult for people out here, man. Man, you really just gotta be very intentional about how you manage your money. I mean, I think that's the main thing. That's all I got for you guys, man. Let me know. Are you going to be in a position to retire? Do you plan on retiring from trucking? Drop it in the comments. Until the next video, I'll catch y'all on the next one. Y'all take care. Peace.